I'm David Hamburger, and in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to take simple blues and minor pentatonic licks and put them over a 1-6-2-5 turnaround for the blues in E. This is an exercise that I teach inside my Fingerstyle 5 membership, and if you're interested in playing better fingerstyle blues, building your repertoire, and learning to improvise, then you can go to my website, fretboardconfidential.com, to find out more about that and to sign up. So what's going on here is we've got this turnaround, which is the 1 chord, the 6 chord, the 2 chord, and the 5 chord. So E7, C sharp 7, F sharp 7, and B7. And then on top of that, we've got basically just the notes of an E minor pentatonic scale. So the 5th and the flat 7 and the root and the flat 3 and the 4, and then maybe the major third of the E chord to resolve to, maybe the major third of the F sharp chord when you're on that. But the idea is that you're just going to really play the bass of the chord progression. That steady bass is going to stand in for the whole rhythm section. Basically, you've got 2 beats on E, 2 beats on C sharp, 2 beats on F sharp, and 2 beats on B. Now you might also grab part of the chord with your index finger or your middle finger while you're playing a melody note with your middle finger or your ring finger. So that's one simple way to start off, just using index and ring to grab 3rd string and high string, and then form the C sharp chord here, then to the F sharp, and then to the B7. So you can play right on the downbeats, or you can start to syncopate it so that you're coming in a little sooner with the fingers than you are with the bass. So you're thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or you could syncopate more of it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now you can do that as an exercise just to get the groove and the chords. You could also do just the bass and various pentatonic notes on top. And I'm forming fragments of the chords underneath because I'm going to want to add that note in on the 3rd string at some point. But an intermediary step, just play, take something simple, and put that over the bass. And be thinking about the syncopation and the rhythm of that too. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you can start to put that index finger in. And you don't have to play the index finger every time you're playing a melody with the ring finger or the middle finger. Just maybe on the downbeat or the first time you play that note. And then here's just the thumb and the ring finger. Here's the thumb, index, and middle. And then just thumb, index, and ring. And then just the ring. And then again. Now here's just thumb and middle. And then index and middle. So we get And so that's the idea. You do the bass, you do those grips where you're grabbing the chord, or really like just, one note of the chord and one bass note, but it's enough to make it sound like the chord with the thumb and the index. Play just the bass and some single notes on top with the middle or the ring finger playing the melody, and then add back in the index finger the first time you grab each melody note when you get to a new chord. And that's the basic coordination. Once you have that, then you can start to improvise or work out and then improvise with different permutations of the notes that you've got to play with on top. One last note is that you end up with these really cool sounds because putting the blues notes on top of these dominant chords gives you all the so-called altered notes. I don't know why I'm putting in quotes, they are altered notes. All the altered notes on top of those chords, the sharp nines, the flat 13s, that kind of stuff. This is sharp 9 on the E chord. This is just that's sharp 9 also for the C sharp chord, but there's sharp 11, and there's flat 13. There's the 7th on top, but there's flat 9. There's flat 13. Whether you know that or not while you're doing it doesn't completely matter, but it's part of what gives it its characteristic sound. And that's why, because you're taking really blues licks just from the E blues or E minor pentatonic scale, and when you put them over these shifting dominant chords, you end up with all these extra cool sounds. So that's the idea. That's one way to play that kind of turnaround, and that means when you're just playing, a blues in E, let's say you're coming around from the 5 chord. Beginning again. So it's a really great sound. It's something that you can fold pretty quickly into a fairly standard E blues. So have fun working on that, and check out some of the other lessons on the channel, and I'll see you next time.